Okay, welcome everyone to the Triple Threat Podcast. This is episode number 5, the Empire Strikes Back, if you will, of the Triple Threat Pod. I'm Alex Vaughn. I cut my own hair, and with me are...
I'm William Vaughn in Vancouver, BC. I pay way too much to get my gorgeous mane manicured.
And I'm Matt Vaughn in Saskatoon, and I married my hairdresser.
Aww.
Is that how it happened? She was your hairdresser, then you married her, or you married her and thus she became your hairdresser?
She assumed the role early on in our romantic relationship, and then since then has kept it up.
And has continued to.
And as a result of being my hairdresser, she has the freedom to say things like when she looks at me and say, "Oh, I hate looking at you today because you haven't had your hair cut." So,
wow, that's beautiful.
Yeah,
that's
what love is.
I'm never getting married.
I'll never get
married. Well, if you haven't guessed yet, this episode's all about manscaping.
That's true. Ooh, oh, God. I'll show you the surest bet to avoid a nick on your face.
Dollar Shave Club, everybody.
DollarShaveClub.com.
More sponsors that we can't get money from right now.
That's true.
We can give, free shout-outs to, and then they'll thank us for us later, and then, cut us a deal.
Hey,
that's right.
DDP of DDP Yoga gave us a nice little retweet last week.
Gave us the Twitter bump. That was very, very nice of him. I thanked him personally. And he still isn't giving us any money. So that's okay. I'll still continue to throw my arms back, throw them out to the sign of a T, clench my fist tight, and Hulk it out.
I would be willing to accept any sort of diamond cutter as a form of a payment, too. Like if you just came over to our houses and just gave us all diamond cutters, I'd be cool with that.
That's what I just described, the diamond cutter. That's what the move's called. Yeah. The yoga
move. Hulk up. You
ended
with Hulk up.
Yeah. Look, you need to, those who know DDP yoga know what it means to Hulk it out.
Right. So as will continue to use DDP yoga, Matt and I will continue to not.
And be befuddled.
Yes.
There you go. Until DDP gives us some money.
So guys, where are we at with our playoff predictions here?
Oh man, I have
NHL playoffs.
We're all pretty way off. Last week, we're all wrong. Last week,
I'm still sticking with my prediction.
Yeah, okay. Don't start that again. We made our new predictions for the Stanley Cup final. Matt, you had kept it to Anaheim, Montreal.
Yeah, and
then you gave an alternative, and you said or Pittsburgh, LA.
Mm-hmm. Yes, mm-hmm. That was just what I would have been most okay with. But yeah, I don't know. I can't defend that.
That's what you said. It's in the history books, man. We have you on record saying that.
I just want to say how dumb it is that they fired Shiro after the team won one less game than last year. If you're going to fire him, then you should have fired him last year. If that's what you're going to do it.
Well, I mean, it's the same as other ones. It's playoff performance more than how many points you get in the regular season, because that always becomes pointless.
It's just dumb. Okay. Game 7 is such a toss-up. It's dumb to make any decisions after those, but I understand.
But they shouldn't have been in that position in the first place.
That's very true, but Game 7, random.
They want to shake things up.
Same thing anybody can win one game. I'll give you that.
Yes.
Yeah.
I can win one game. Alex, your pick was L.A. Boston, I think.
Was it?
No, it was Colorado. Oh, sorry.
No, his old pick was Colorado, San Jose, I think.
No, he made fun of you for picking San Jose.
Oh yeah, okay. So your old pick was Colorado, Boston, Alex, and you changed it to L.A. Somebody. I don't remember who you said.
All right.
This is your chance to be like, oh, I said New York.
I'm pretty sure I said Montreal. I'm pretty
LA,
sure.
Montreal. Okay.
Oh.
Yeah, that makes sense.
LA, Montreal, and then I stupidly changed mine to Boston, LA, instead of Montreal, LA, or Montreal, San Jose, what it was before. So we were all, I guess, Alex, yours still holds up. Montreal loses 7-2 to the Rangers. That
was a fun game. I got together with my buddy Wesley, who's a huge Canadiens fan, got all pumped up, and then it was not a fun day.
Hey, man, that's 2011 called, and the Canucks Bruins series would like to have a word. That's my opinion. It's a 7-game series, and a 7-2 victory counts as much as a 3-2 overtime victory.
Yes, that's true. Hopefully, they just used up all of their goals.
Yeah, quite possibly. They don't score very much usually.
Well, Rick Nash now has broken his he had one goal and 55 shots, something like that. His goalless drought has weakened.
I imagine he'll get his next goal game 3 of next year's regular season.
Carey Price, how's he doing? He took a bad crash. And,
I don't know if they said anything at the end of that. They were just
he's okay. He's okay.
He's okay. But he could be playoff okay, which means I'm fine. But seriously, I have a shattered pelvis.
Well, it was like the Olympics okay. You know, he came back from the Olympics and was like, yeah, I was injured the entire time.
Good. Well, that's the level he's got to play to. I just chalk it up to a bad night at the office for Montreal. It's tough to go down 7-2 in your own barn.
Yeah.
That's rough. So, do we have new playoff predictions? We had last time 2 times we had new playoff predictions. Last week we had new, and now this week is new. So new or new.
That's Scott Pilgrim.
That's what I was going for. So, Matt, what's your new pick? Now it's down to 4. You have a better percentage.
Much better odds. I'll keep Montreal, and I'm going to take the other team from the LA area. I'm going to go with the LA Kings.
The LA Kings from the LA area. You think the Kings going to beat the Blackhawks in how many games, Matt? Throw out a number.
I'm going to say 6.
Kings over the Hawks in 6. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there was game 1 last night.
That's true, yeah.
So there's that, right?
Yeah.
So could be kind of a bold, kind of an easy prediction.
That's right. Game ones. Game ones are game ones.
I almost fell for. I was like, no, yeah, okay, well, it is. It was last night, and it was a good game.
Happy Monday, everybody. Hope you had a good weekend. Alex, what's your new
Happy holiday pick? Monday if you're Canadian, which you should.
That's true. Yeah,
you should. Anybody who's not Canadian listening to this podcast.
Hail Victoria! No. Get out of here, you foreigners. We're kidding. Please.
Yes, of course.
Alex, what's your new pick?
No. I don't. Do I need one?
Yes, you said LA, Montreal. Oh, yeah, never mind. Oh, that's exactly the same as.
My new pick is the same as my old pick, so yeah, I'll stick with LA, Montreal. Although that will, the only reason I don't cheer for the West Coast teams other than Vancouver, it's just so brutal when it gets down to the finals for an East Coaster. So it's not even Eastern time zone; it's Atlantic. So every East Coast or West Coast game starts at 11 p.m.
Yeah, except when the Canucks played the Bruins, I think their game started earlier. I think they started at 5.
Did they really? Oh, maybe they started at 9.
They started at 5 Pacific.
Yeah. So
yesterday, Saturday, the Montreal game was on at 10.
Yeah, man.
Those matinees are so weird. It's always weird they do it, and it's the only game on a Saturday. Why not have it at 4?
Yeah.
Well, whatever. I'm not.
So I'm sticking with that prediction, and I'm taking California Chrome as a Triple Crown winner.
Good, yeah, he did win the Preakness.
You see the picture?
Go update.
You see Brady with that picture of Brady?
Yeah, Torrey Smith.
Yeah, amazing.
So we're looking at who would switch sides. I mean, obviously Torrey Smith would jump ship before Brady would, and I would be okay with that.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Because I've never liked Torrey Smith, but if he plays for the Patriots, then I have always liked Torrey Smith.
There's like a new shiny sheen on them when they play for the Patriots. You know?
Yeah, but how many long bombs does Tom throw in the run of a season?
Accurately or just in general?
Accurately.
Oh, okay.
Not a lot. Okay, less than an amount. My revised pick is going to be New York, Chicago. And I would love to see Alain Vigneault get a ring because that would because the guy deserves it. He's a heck of a coach. He's a heck of a guy. New York's very lucky to have him. And they look strong on Saturday. But like I said, it's. I think that this series could go 7. The Montreal New York series could go 7.
Series will be hopefully.
Mm-hmm. So there you go. The playoffs and sports. Don't bet money on it, folks. Use your game sense. Play. Know your limit. Play within it. That's for BC Lotto. Unless you're
like a really famous boxer or something like that.
Then you deserve to lose all the money in the world if you bet all the money in the world. But he's been pretty. Has Money Mayweather ever lost a bet?
I don't know. If he has, he hasn't bragged about it.
Yo, man, I lost so much money. It's crazy.
$10 billion.
Didn't he had a picture of him with like a $1 million payout check, right, or something, or like maybe even more than that?
I would assume it was more than that.
It's probably more than that.
I mean, $1 million check's nothing to scoff at, but
no, but he gets paid like $85 million for a fight.
That's insanity. How is boxing that popular?
It's not.
It's just money. It's just betting.
We all know what the big fight is that should have happened, years ago and won't happen now. But that probably would have made him even more than that is the Pacquiao fight. But he's never going to fight him.
Right.
That's true. I don't know. I've never been compelled to go to a boxing pay-per-view. I don't know a whole lot of people who have been. UFC obviously quite popular, but the UFC fighters get paid quite a bit less, don't they?
Oh my God, yeah, way less.
Even a dominant fighter like Georges St. Pierre makes quite a bit
less.
Or
Silva, I can't see them, making maybe even over. If we're just talking like a fight, I don't know, $2 million maybe. I mean, that's kind of not showing the whole, what's the word I'm looking for? Merchandising and things like that, right. and other things, but just on a per fight basis, they're not even close.
Yeah, I guess they have different deals as far as.
But Mayweather's the exception rather than the rule, I guess. Even though De La Hoya made a heck of a lot in his day, and Tyson and Holyfield and Lewis and all that, but it's not as popular as it was.
No, it's not as popular. His nickname's Money,
Yes.
Star of WrestleMania 24.
He knocked out the Big Show.
He did. So there you go. Sports. This past Thursday, and a replay on Saturday night, CTV aired Motive. Good series. A Bullet for Joey.
Yes.
And I'd like to thank everybody who took the time to watch that and watch me and my family go through have a heck of a time.
You really stretched your acting skills as a jerky older brother.
Yeah.
I was like, hey, look, Will's playing himself, but they're calling him Brent.
I didn't even have to audition. I went in the room and I was like, listen, I've been pushing kids around for years. Just give me the part. I'm sure I'll do a good job. Come on.
Is that how you audition? I'll do the best job you could possibly imagine.
You'll love it. Trust me. Great job by all the cast. Ali Liebert in the role of Erin, the sister of the family. Reese Thompson in the role of Bryce, and Jason Burkhart in the role of Donnie. All did a very, 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 very good job. And Matty Finocchio in the role of Joey, the jerky real estate con artist, so to speak.
I enjoyed him. I thought it was excellent.
Who got what he deserved. Matt, your wife tweeted something quite shocking, that she was actually rooting for the killer. Is that true?
Yes, because the killer was her brother-in-law, and she just got a thrill out of it every time.
She got a thrill out of it. Yeah. Well,
I kind of turned on you when you were like, "Let's make Donnie for this."
Yeah, that was.
I don't know, man. You lost me there a little bit.
Yeah,
I wanted to make sure I salvaged some piece of this family.
But at what cost, Will?
At the cost of Donnie, the alcoholic screw up.
He's an alcoholic. Where was that? I'm trying to remember.
Well, not an alcoholic, but he was drunk. A lot of the time.
He was drunk. Okay.
Fell asleep in the car and all that, and
Yeah, he was quite inebriated. We tremendous fun making it, and I think it turned out It's one of the best looking shows I've seen come out of Canada. Just with the transitions and just the quality of the cinematography and everything else. And their social media team's really cool too. They were really cool throughout the episode to kind of mention to follow the guest stars and that kind of thing. So
I can see that.
They mentioned a script detail that they were originally Foster Brothers or something like that, which I like too.
That's right. Actually, and the first version of the script that I got, Allie, who plays Erin, was named Karen, and I was named Dave, and we were husband and wife. Mm-hmm. And she had an affair with my little brother, Bryce. So that whole thing factored into it.
So they wanted. Why do you think they went away from that? Because they wanted to make it a little kind of just
only had
cleaner.
An hour to tell the story.
Yeah,
I agree with you, Matt. They wanted to make it cleaner. Yeah. Yeah, that's exactly what they did. So thank you very much, everybody, for watching. Appreciate it. Motive's going to be airing this season 2 of Motive airs May 21st on ABC. That's going to be on Wednesdays. Wow. 11 weeks from then, you'll see it on ABC. I was watching that's fun because it was just on Saturday. Spider-Man 2.1. And we won't go into Spider-Man again, but great film.
Watch it or don't.
Watch it or don't. But definitely don't watch it.
Especially if you heard the podcast last week, which spoiled the whole thing.
Exactly. We spoiled Amazing Spider-Man 2. This is just Spider-Man 2.1. This is the Sam Raimi.
Where's the .1 come in there?
Edition. It was a DVD re-release. But on ABC, they had ads for Motive and Rookie Blue. It's like, coming this summer. It's like, okay, well, you're welcome, ABC, for filling up your entire summer lineup with good old Canadian content. I was very happy about that. My good friend Aaliyah O'Brien, at Aaliyah O'Brien on Twitter, one of the stars of Rookie Blue, and a great kid, friend of mine. We worked on Men with Brooms together, and we worked on the Sin City Killer, If I Stay, coming out August 23rd. Wow, how's that for plugs? Speaking of plugs, the movie Date and Switch. If you haven't seen it already, it's on demand. And I had the opportunity to work with The Daily Show's Larry Wilmore. Larry Wilmore, who also created The PJs and The Bernie Mac Show back in the day, has been chosen to replace Stephen Colbert on the 11:30 slot on Comedy Central. So what do we all think of that?
Called the Minority Report, if I saw that correctly.
Called the Minority Report. I hope his first guest is Tom Cruise.
You think on the Minority Report they should have a white guy as the first guest?
No, because he was in the film Minority Report, man.
I think they should have one of those precogs in there. One of those bald ladies who's really freaked out all the time.
The Irish girl. She was a great actress. Larry Wilmore. Yeah, he moves to 11:30 on Comedy Central because John Oliver has his own show on Sunday night on HBO called Last Week Tonight, which is hilarious.
It is funny.
It's like The Daily Show with swears and no commercials. It's everything you could possibly ask for.
I mean, the assumption being that if John Oliver hadn't left The Daily Show for that show, that he probably would have got the, Colbert.
The 11:30 show. Yeah. I
Colbert,
think so.
do you think he would have eventually replaced Jon Stewart? Because I heard he was eventually going to replace Jon Stewart, or at least that was some thoughts. I guess it could still happen, but if he has a show, why would he bother?
I guess Jon Stewart's the next chess piece in the late night game. I mean, the late night game now is crazy.
Yeah.
He gets paid the most out of all of them.
Does he really?
Jon Stewart?
Well, now that London, I think he gets like $30 million a year or something like that.
Do we have any idea what Fallon gets? Because I would think he would have to get something.
Well, Fallon's,
I'd say 10 to 15, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. Fallon's just starting out. It's an exciting time for late night, though. We got all these the old guard is moving on, and I would not classify Jon Stewart as the old guard by any means. I think his show is still pretty. He has the benefit of doing a great half-hour show, so it can stay fresh every night, which is really difficult. But they do such a great job.
Very topical.
It's multiple Emmy awards for that show. But it's exciting because now we'll have Colbert in the Letterman spot. Craig Ferguson's going to be moving on. We don't know who's going to replace Craig. I'm going to miss Craig. I love his show, his dinky late night show. One of my
though, when they announced that Letterman was leaving, it was almost assumed that Craig Ferguson wasn't taking over.
Oh, nobody really thought
Nobody
him
had any
to.
expectations of that. Yeah.
Nobody thought him to replace him, and he wouldn't have been the right guy to do that. I think Colbert will be an interesting voice. We're not sure what he can do as himself. He's been playing a character for years, but according to Jon Stewart, he says that Colbert has gears that you have not seen yet that he can hit, which I don't doubt. He's tremendously talented.
Yeah, he'll be fantastic. I think that'll be very interesting. Very, very good.
So that'll be a good one. So yeah, we'll see who replaces Craig. Maybe a woman. Maybe a woman will step into the late night game again, since Joan Rivers in the 80s, or Wanda Sykes, I guess.
When does Wanda Sykes?
If we don't include Chelsea Handler.
Well, yeah, Wanda Sykes had her own variety show a couple years ago.
Oh, I did not know that.
It was on Fox. It replaced Mad TV. Speaking of,
can anything really replace Mad TV in our hearts?
Look, Mad TV was
back in the day.
It was always worse.
It was always worse,
yeah,
but it had some. It had some like any sketch comedy show. There's some golden nuggets coming out of there. You have we have Will Sasso and our two favorites, Key and Peele. Keegan-Michael Key, one of the nicest people I've ever met in my entire life. Very nice man.
They have a sketch show that is almost certainly eclipsed Mad TV in terms of the quality. With just doing it 2 seasons.
Yeah,
that's impressive.
But Mad TV does more the live sketches. Key and Peele's all tape sketches.
Good point.
It's not worse. It's just different.
Right.
Yes, it's more a Chappelle show than anything else.
Exactly, and I think that's the model they take after. But those two guys are tremendously talented.
Can you imagine if they got Dave Chappelle to come back to do the Craig Ferguson slot? Oh my gosh, that'd be amazing.
He'd never want to do it though.
I think you would hate
I don't think he wants to do anything.
Well,
he's a good interviewer, and the fact that I don't think would just be a strong suit of his.
And that's one of Craig's strongest suits. Is he's a good interviewer in the fact that he's not an interviewer. He's just sitting down and having a conversation.
Right.
Yeah.
He's just shooting the breeze with these people. First thing he does, his trademark. First thing he does with every guest is takes his blue question cards and rips them up and throws them out.
Now does he improvise his monologue too? I mean, I'm sure there's points, but it's not as rehearsed as say Fallon's or Letterman's.
His monologue has jokes, but usually when he starts his show, sometimes he'll just have somebody from the audience that he just picks, and he just kind of does a little bit with them, and it's like when he's doing his tweets and emails and he's shooting the breeze with Jeff Peterson. That none of that's scripted. They've laughed that off a bunch of times. Where it's like people think this part is scripted, and it's definitely not. But his monologue, sure, he's got writers, and they write monologue jokes. So
speaking of monologues,
yes,
hey,
Andy Samberg had one last night.
That's true. Before we get to Andy,
2 nights ago.
Yes, 2 nights ago. Damn it.
Yeah, keep up.
Yeah, I need a calendar in front of me that just says it's Monday.
Before we get to a show that is currently on the air and has been for 39 seasons. Holy cow. Where's the time gone? Let's talk about some shows that we've seen the last of, sadly. One of our favorites, the Dan Harmon for 4 out of 5 season run Community is done. Mm-hmm. They wanted 6 seasons in a movie. They got 5 seasons and maybe a movie.
No.
We'll see how Kickstarter does. I don't see the point.
Yeah.
You don't think so?
I don't know. We'll see.
Jim Rash says that if Veronica Mars can do it, they can do it.
I agree, and it would be interesting to see. But, I mean, I guess the same thing happened with the rest of development where you're like, oh, well, nothing's happening. And then, 9 years later, it has a whole show on Netflix and possibly leading up to a movie. So I guess you can never say never. And even Veronica Mars, you're right, had even what I thought would be less of a following, but a very passionate following at the same time.
What's very unfortunate about Community is that they had these 3 seasons, and then Dan was fired for one, and then they had a final season. But I mean, that 4th season is just such a black eye on the series, and I felt worse for the actors, because the actors have to do it. It's still there, except for Chevy Chase, who can just walk away. But the actors, they have a job to do, and it doesn't matter who's running the show. They're still getting checks, and they still got bills to pay. So they got to do this show, and God bless them. They really did the best job that they could. But as David Mamet said, good acting can't save bad writing. So what it was, it was Dan Harmon's friends running the show, but it was like someone, doing an impression of Community. It was like Community fanfic. It's like if someone else's version of Community, and here it is, and it's not as good. You can't broadcast it as Community. I don't think that's fair.
Yeah, no, that's a good point. But like it happens with many shows in the past, they switch showrunners all the time. Now showrunners seem to be the big stars of their, of whatever the show is, whether it's Matt Weiner at Mad Men or Vince Gilligan and now Dan Harmon, and even to an extent Mitch Hurwitz. Like, it's such a bigger thing now than it was when it was all about the actors. Mitchell Hurwitz guest appearance on Community this season was my favorite part. The Coog trailer at the end was one of my favorite things I've ever seen. He did Workaholics too, which he was great in.
Would you guys
really?
Yeah, a couple seasons ago, actually. Very funny.
The prominence of showrunners might speak to just the elevation of TV in recent years. Some would talk about the golden age of TV, and so it makes sense that we would look to the equivalent of our directors, these creators, to be the ones we kind of allowed in these situations. So it's not that crazy to think that we care a lot about showrunners.
That's true. Larry David,
It's not crazy.
Seinfeld.
It's just different.
Sorry, yeah, not crazy, but it makes sense. It makes sense in the Triple Threat podcast.
Community even this season was good, if not a bit stunted, and that's partially to do with just cast shakeups and things of that nature. But
that's true.
Glover leaving. I mean, that's a huge hole that's impossible to fill, basically.
Yeah, we're missing that guy.
You go back and watch episodes with him in them, and he is just he's so lively. He brings really a lot to them.
Yeah, I think even Dan Harmon said, he would just be like, and then Troy says something funny. It's pretty much how he'd end scenes at times, just because Donald Glover was so reliable in that sense.
Yeah, he gosh, the whole cast was great, and I think Abed definitely missed a half of him because the friendship between the two. Do we have a favorite Community episode that comes to mind?
For me, I although the paintball episodes are incredible, I really like the Chicken Fingers episode. It's kind of the first one from the first season.
Oh, the Goodfellas spoof.
Goodfellas one.
Yeah.
Holy cow.
Chicken Fingers.
With the voiceover. That was so good.
I can watch that one once a week. Never get tired of it. I don't, but I could.
Yeah, that one's awesome. A favorite of mine is Pillows and Blankets, which was the pillow fight. Yeah,
Burn style. Oh, I love that one too.
Yeah, that was great. Just yeah, I loved it. Pillows and Blankets. Check it out if you can. I think it's season 3.
Yes.
One of my favorite episodes. Alex, what's one of your favorites?
Yeah, I'm having a hard time picking one. But
it's picking a favorite child.
Yes. Which is a lot easier, but because I don't have.
Right.
Out of us, I would say I'm my favorite child. That's what I would say.
Yeah, no, good for you. I can't remember the name of the episode, but the one with the die.
The die?
Yeah.
Oh, Chaos Theory.
Chaos Theory. Yeah. It was that and kind of the horror one, the Halloween one the following week, where it was just all different perspectives and things like that I love kind of as a twosome, even though they weren't billed as such.
Yeah,
and that's not even going into the first time I saw the Dungeons and Dragons episode and things like that. For the first couple seasons, every time I saw a new episode, it was just mind-blowingly original.
Yeah. No, it was enjoyable and fresh, and we'll miss it a whole lot. TV, it's tough, man. Vancouver lost 2 shows this year, Almost Human and The Tomorrow People.
Are they not coming back, or they just move where they're filming?
They're not coming back to television. Yeah, they canceled the show, so it's rough. I mean, I've been on the receiving end of it 2 times, and once I got a call from the showrunner showrunner I met with Brooms gave me a call to say that we were done, and it was pretty much assumed. But it was a nice gesture of him to kind of reach out and be like, "Hey, man, we're not coming back. Sorry to tell you this. You did a good job, and hopefully we'll catch you down the road," kind of thing.
Right.
It's not easy, but it's business. No show lasts forever.
To get one season of a show done is pretty impressive too. Like, I mean, considering everything, all the hoops you have to jump through.
It's insane.
Just one season is remarkable.
From pitch to spec script to pilot to series to back 9 to season 2, 3, 4, 5. It's insane. And all you got to be, it sounds so simple. All you got to be is good. You don't even need to be good. All you got to be is popular.
Popular.
All you got to get is ratings. But that's one of the hardest things to get, especially now when everybody's recording these shows. But they are able to track recordings. They're able to track DVR numbers.
7 or whatever? DVR plus 7?
Something like that.
Live plus 7, I want to say. I saw it this week. I don't know.
Live plus 7. There you go. So it's difficult. Some shows, if you last for 5 or 6 or 7 seasons, that's a tremendous success. If you last for 39 seasons, that's pretty good. 39 seasons of hour-and-a-half long episodes 20 times a year. That's pretty incredible.
Not really sure what you're getting at here.
Talking about The Simpsons or something? What is this?
Yeah, feels like 39 seasons. Saturday Night Live celebrated their series finale on Saturday, hosted by former cast member Andy Samberg. Always great when a cast member comes on the show, even though
musical guest.
Is it though?
St. Vincent.
Who did you not enjoy coming back as a cast member?
Oh, when Kristen Wiig did it last, it was just way too soon and hit all of her typical, like her recurring characters. I can't stand, so that maybe made it, and it was too soon to be nostalgic about it. Way too soon.
You don't like Target Lady?
She didn't even. I don't think she did Target Lady that episode.
She didn't do Gilly either, did she?
No, but she did Password or whatever it is, where she's the actress, and she did a couple others, and it was painful.
Oh, it's one of my favorites. I think she did Garth and Kath too.
Garth and Kat is not a part of this conversation. That doesn't fit into my beliefs at all.
Okay.
All right.
Didn't know.
No, meaning I like that as a recurring.
Okay.
No, I figured. We just deflated your argument, and you're angry. Okay, I get it.
It's all about.
Anyway, Andy Samberg made the joke himself. He said, I starred in over 100 digital sketches and 6 live ones, so this will do well.
Yeah, it was
It was a pretty good episode last night. I enjoyed it.
It was a monologue that didn't include singing, and I thought that went very well. I really enjoyed that.
A lot of singing this year? A lot of singing this year.
That's kind of their crutch they go to.
Yeah.
When they can't sing.
That's true.
Get out.
They do a song about how Charlize Theron can't sing. But these season finales, they always bust out a bunch of alumni and a bunch of guest stars. So this week, in the monologue alone, we had what? It was Samberg and Myers and Hader and Kristen Wiig come out for that.
Martin Short. That's right.
My childhood hero, Martin Short.
Kristen Wiig wasn't there for the monologue.
She wasn't there for the monologue. She was there.
She didn't show up till the Vogel checks, I don't think.
I thought she was in the cold open. What was the cold open?
That was Maya Rudolph.
Oh, Maya Rudolph was in the cold open. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, she didn't show up to Vogel checks. That's right.
She found out how Beyonce says surfboard in Drunken Love.
How does she say surfboard in Drunken Love?
Say it, surfboard. Oh, baby.
Maya killed me in that. She was hilarious. Do we have a favorite? I'm actually have to look this up now. Son of a gun. I got to look up season 39. Who was your favorite
guest star
episode?
Host?
Your favorite. Well, not even host, but just like your favorite episode.
Man.
I really enjoyed, like, just thinking back on the season, I really enjoyed, and it was kind of a surprise for me, but I thought Josh Hutcherson's show was actually remarkably good.
Yeah, that was. I think
I love the musical one he did with.
I didn't know that song, so I was like,
Jesse.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, Matt, you were a huge fan of that one.
Yeah.
I don't want to say the Jimmy Fallon one, even though that was
the thrill though too.
Quite very good.
I can name the bad ones, but I have one of mine for my favorite.
What was your favorite?
Louis C.K.
Oh yeah.
I
liked it.
Fan of that absurd. Like his episodes seem to have like that Louis C.K. touch on it, where it's just like clearly he's helped write and approve all these sketches because they're just so bizarre.
Yeah, because didn't he write for a sketch show before? I don't know
he was a writer for Conan.
Conan and the Dana Carvey show.
Right.
Okay.
Alex, what didn't you like?
I can't pick a favorite one.
Jim Parsons.
Yeah.
Really didn't like Jim Parsons. What else? Oh, I'd have to even look through it. Last week's I wasn't a huge fan of.
I didn't even catch that much of last week's.
Last week, the mom game show sketch killed me.
Oh, that was hilarious. The Anna Kendrick one I actually really liked.
Anna Kendrick, yeah, she was quite good. She's quite talented.
Yeah.
I can't pick a favorite one.
John Goodman, obviously.
Yeah, John Goodman's a good one.
And Kerry Washington's was also surprisingly good. So
yeah, hers is good. I'm gonna cop out and say the opener with Tina Fey. That was great.
Yeah, that's the only you can remember. Or?
No, because that's the only one that's different. This year also, we had a tremendous amount of feature players, including two introduced partway through the season. We have Beck Bennett, star of the Sprint commercials?
AT&T.
Okay, well.
Directed by Jorma Taccone of Lonely Island.
Weird fact.
Beck Bennett of SNL. Oh, yeah.
Of SNL, okay, yeah.
Let's start over.
Beck Bennett, John Milheiser, Kyle Mooney, Mike O'Brien, Noel Wells, and Brooks Wheelan.
You said there were two introduced. I could just think of Sashir Zamata as the one.
You can't think of the other one introduced partway through the season because somebody got his own late night show?
Oh, Colin Jost. Okay.
There you go.
Does he really count if he only does updates?
I think of him as just the update guy. So I guess he's in the intro now. So yeah,
he's in the intro. Yeah. He's in the intro. That's all that matters. This year, who stood out to you in the feature players? I'm going to say we've mentioned Beck and the Baby Boss sketches, which killed me. Which was first introduced in the Josh Hutcherson episode.
Yeah, and then it was also in the Louis C.K. one. The physical comedy on that is just impeccable.
No grown man plays a baby better than him. Kyle Mooney stood out.
I loved. I think it was on the Louis C.K. episode, the one where he did kind of the burnout running for school president.
Oh my god,
I loved that.
The one
that was great.
The one actually that features both of them and Vanessa Bayer, where he has the awkward meetups in the hallway.
Yeah.
Oh my! that had me in tears.
Yeah, he really stood out there.
Underwear.
There was one that was cut from the Andrew Garfield one a couple weeks ago, where it was kind of like this take on like '90s 90210 kind of drama thing, but it was all about chicken wings.
I didn't see that.
It's online and it's special.
Well, they always do it on Hulu, and then I can't see them. So.
Oh, Matt.
Guys, there's a way.
Yeah, I know.
But it's illegal. It's so
not
illegal.
It's 100% not illegal.
But if I say it's illegal, I put that thought in people's heads.
Oh, no, that's true.
Exception. What was I just going to say? Okay, I forget I just said
So who's back next year, who's not? In terms of everybody. Featured players or not.
I'll give you three that I can almost guarantee won't be back.
Wow, okay. Alex runs the show.
I could see this.
Well, he asked for it. I go for it. SNL. Michaela Watkins, for sure. Brooks Wheelan. Brooks Wheelan, Noel Wells, and John Milheiser.
They're out.
You think Noel Wells is guaranteed?
We met Mike O'Brien.
Mike O'Brien was a writer, I think, before.
Yes,
so I wouldn't be surprised if he just retreated back to that. I don't say retreat in a bad way.
He's had a couple of things where I thought he's been pretty good in.
Yeah.
Do you think Nassim Pedrad stays, even though she's in Mulaney?
Well, I was going to say that too. She might move on to greener pastures.
That's why she was hardly in anything this season.
Yeah,
okay, that makes a lot of sense.
So just so nobody, people listening to this don't know this, but before the podcast, we were trying to remember. It was like, oh, who's that guy who's not coming back? Whose name we just can't remember? And it was John Milheiser.
John Milheiser.
So he was quick to our mind now, but we believe us when we say that we could not think of him.
Well, I just remember he's obviously a trained dancer because he's done a bunch of like very good dance sketches, but I think they couldn't find a whole heck of a lot for him to do. And for Brooks, they actually acknowledged the fact that he's hardly on television. And the Jimmy Fallon episode, I believe they did a Family Feud, and it was like, Brooks win, I'm on SNL. I was like, yeah, I'll show you all, player. And Noelle Wells, unfortunately, she didn't have an original character. I don't think she didn't really get a chance to do a whole lot.
She was kind of like a Zooey Deschanel impression, but that's probably not true.
Right. She was kind of unlucky in the fact that she was in a very talented female cast. You know, it's not often that there are a bunch of really good female cast members on SNL.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least they get the TV time, because this is one of the best female casts ever for SNL, I would say.
It's hard too. It's like Kate McKinnon's like the new,
she can play anything.
Some wig, but she's hilarious, so she just takes over those sketches.
Oh yeah, she completely absorbs.
Beat her out for a role in the sketch if someone's casting it. They'll just be like, "All right, Kate, this one was written for you." Noelle Wells would have to write her own sketches to get herself on there, and it's just hard to get them past the room.
Yeah, I think that it is a lot of it is on the performers, like the featured cast members. I mean, you really have to. I read the book. I don't remember I think Live from New York or whatever. That book, and they make it pretty clear that it's on the cast members to try to get on the show. Like, it's not, you don't just show up and say, I hope I'm in sketches this week.
Yeah, exactly.
So
stuff you got to write.
Yeah, I mean, short of there being any sort of shenanigans behind the scenes, it's kind of on you.
There you go. So SNL's been around, like we said, 39 seasons. Do we have a favorite cast member? I know it's very difficult to say.
Gosh.
Well, why don't you lead that off, since you led with that question? Because I'll think of someone.
I'll go with the late great Phil Hartman.
Oh yeah.
Oh gosh,
yeah.
Phil Hartman was great. If you haven't had the opportunity to check out his best of DVD, it's fantastic.
It's hysterical. Yeah.
Yeah. Unfortunately, left us too soon. Canadian boy born in Brantford. So there you go. But he's had quite a bit of success, especially in voiceover too, and since the show.
Right.
He was one of like the original great impressionists next to Daryl Hammond.
Oh man, favorite cast member? Okay. I'll just say Will Ferrell. There you go.
Okay, no, that's good. Will has 3 best of DVDs.
Yeah, reliably married to any character he plays, and a lot of classic characters. So, as much as I want to be like the hip guy who goes with some, Christopher, I don't know, Guest or something, I'll go with him.
You don't have to pick somebody from a bad season.
Yeah, okay.
I'll go with,
Anthony Michael, whatever his name is.
I think Robert Downey Jr.
Okay.
That's
like in hindsight, you think, Robert Downey Jr. is on SNL. Is that the best thing ever? And it is not.
No, it's because they had a hell of a time surviving the 80s. And a hell of a time. Matt, do you have an actual favorite cast member?
Not really. I had a really hard time thinking of any.
Anna Gasteyer. There you go.
They're all tied for first.
Dana Carvey. I mean, come on now.
He was great on the show.
Yeah.
Leave his bad films aside. On SNL, he was.
No, I was serious. I thought he was hilarious on
match him.
He absolutely.
Notwithstanding.
Kate McKinnon in the that camp sketch from the Andy Samberg show was kind of just doing a Garth Elgar impression.
A bit, yeah.
A little bit, in a good way.
In a respectful way. So we got a lot of years to draw on here, but we're gonna put your SNL knowledge to the test because it's not fun unless somebody wins and somebody loses.
Oh man!
So Matthew, can you do that Siri flip a coin thing? Because I don't.
Sure.
I don't know how to do it.
Sure. Siri, flip a coin.
All right, Alex, you're going first.
Oh, okay. I was like, how are we supposed to call it? But
yeah, you are. But I called it for you.
Okay, that works for me. So SNL knowledge, great. I know so much about it.
Okay, so what I have done is I have compiled a list of 10 SNL questions, and each of these 10 questions has a bonus. And I'm going to have to do something to keep score here. So
is that 5 questions each?
It's 10 questions each if you count the bonuses. So we'll do it similar to how we did the Star Wars quiz. If you get it wrong, someone has a chance to steal.
Can they steal the bonus too?
And they can steal a bonus. So
does the bonus bounce back?
Does the bonus bounce back?
Yeah.
Like if you get the first question wrong,
Matt Stoll got that right. Didn't know the answer to the bonus. Can I guess on the bonus?
Yes.
Okay.
Sure. Why not? This is very structured. Okay. So questions are worth 10. Steals the same. Bonuses are worth 5, and a bonus steal is worth 10.
Oh my god. Okay.
So there you go.
Oh my gosh.
10, 10, 5, 10 is what I heard.
Yeah. Saturday Night Live debuted on October 11th, 1975. What was the original title of the show? Is it A, Saturday Comedy Night, B, NBC Saturday Night, or C, Saturday Night Live with Lorne and Pals?
This is for me. I will go with, and thank you for giving me options because that would have been impossible had it not been. I'll go with B.
That's correct.
Woo!
For the bonus, who was the host?
The host of the first ever?
Yes.
George Carlin?
Oh my God, you're correct.
Yes.
And I mean, oh my God, respectfully.
Yes, of course.
Well, I'm going to ask this question. If this comes up later, just stop me, Will. But do you know why it wasn't called Saturday Night Live on the first show?
I don't. Why don't you tell us, Matt?
There was another show, I think it was on CBS, called Saturday Night Live.
There you go.
And then so when that got canceled, Lorne was like, I want that name.
Give me that name for my show. I want that name for my show.
Oh,
yeah, that's exactly what the character's based off of.
Is it actually?
Yeah, it's based on Lorne. If you ask Lorne about it, and he doesn't like, he's like, no, it's not based on me. But it's
Dr. Evil?
Yeah.
Well, Mike Myers tells a story in the SNL book where he says before the premiere of Austin Powers, he was really nervous because Lorne was there. And he took him aside. He said, "Lorne, here's the deal. Dr. Evil's a little bit based on you. The voice is a little bit you." And he was like, "Oh, okay." And then he watched it and he was like, "I don't see it.
Yeah. No, doesn't sound like me." There you go. So if you can do a Dr. Evil impression, you can do a Lorne Michaels impression. Well, every time they do Saturday TV's Funhouse, like, come back with my show.
Yeah.
Question 2. And these, by the way, all of these except for the bonuses are multiple choice, but there is a true and false section as well. From which studio, this is from Matt, from which studio is SNL currently broadcast? A, 6B, B, 11F, or C, 8H?
C.
Bonus, former Weekend Update anchor and cast member Seth Meyers hosts his late night show in which studio?
8G.
That's both correct.
Yeah.
Boom.
Alex, question 3. Which cast member did not join the show in 2010? Is it A, Nassim Pedrad, B, Taran Killam, or C, Vanessa Bayer?
Oh, man. I'll go C.
Matt for the steal?
A.
Correct. Nassim joined the show in 2009.
Oh, that was the same year as Jenny Slate when she dropped the F-bomb.
Yes, it was on her very first show.
Yep.
All right.
Gone.
For the bonus, Matt, who is the longest tenured current cast member?
Right now?
Yes.
Kenan Thompson.
That's correct. All right.
I almost said Kel.
Matt, which SNL-based film lost the most money domestically?
It's Pat.
It's not.
You didn't even wait for the options.
I mean, the name of the movie is It's Pat, but
you should wait for the options.
Well, I know the other one then.
Alex, is it A, Coneheads, B, Blues Brothers 2000, or C, Stewart Saves His Family?
I'm going to go with C.
You could not be more obvious there, Matt. And Alex...
Are you sure? I want to look into this because It's Pat was a total disaster.
Yeah, but if the budget was nothing, then you can't lose that much.
Yeah, Stewart Saves His Family was made for $15 million. It lost $14,087,918.
Senator Al Franken, everybody.
Yes, Senator Al Franken. Alex, for the bonus, which movie made more money domestically, Wayne's World or Wayne's World 2?
I'll say Wayne's World 2.
That's incorrect.
Wayne's World.
Yeah, Wayne's World, 121,697,323.
Redemption.
Hey, here you go, Matt. Here's a steal with the only option left.
I still would have picked it.
There you go. So now we get in the true.
Well, I'm an idiot for It's Pat. I feel like a total moron for that.
True or false? that will be your Commander Cody. So, Alex, question number 5. True or false? Dan Aykroyd's brother Peter was a featured player in the 79-80 season.
Okay. True.
That is correct.
Woo.
Bonus.
Yep.
Which fellow Ghostbusters cast member had a brother on the SNL cast?
That would be Bill Murray's brother, Brian Doyle Murray.
That is correct.
Woo.
Wasn't Joel?
It was Joel Murray?
Is that a person?
Isn't that the guy who plays Freddie Rumsen on Mad Men? Joel Murray, his brother. I believe that's right. Yeah.
Sure. Well, we'll get to that in the Mad Men quiz. Matt, question 6: True or false? Jason Sudeikis is the nephew of George Wendt, who played Norm from Cheers. So
true.
Bonus question:
Everyone knows
which
that.
famous director did Wendt co-host with on March 22nd, 1986?
Famous director he co-host with. I don't have any options for this one.
Bonuses have no options, sir.
Right.
Except for mine, which did, and he got the only other option on it.
Yeah. Shut up.
I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Francis Ford Coppola.
That is correct.
Wow.
That is correct. Co-hosted with George Wendt, March 22nd, 1986.
I was just going to say Scorsese out of no options.
That was one of my...
Before either of you were born. Alex, number 7. True or false? Eddie Murphy was the youngest cast member to join the show at age 19.
I'm just trying to think of other young people joining. I'll say true.
Is incorrect. Matt? Well,
False.
Matt doesn't get a steal there.
I don't get the Steeler? I think I even know who it is.
Okay, if you know who it is, then you get it.
I think I know who it is, too.
Anthony Michael Hall.
Yeah, that's correct.
Oh, yes. I do get it.
Matt, bonus true or false? Eddie Murphy took over hosting the December 11th, 1982 episode. After 48 hours, co-star Nick Nolte fell ill, thus making him the only cast member to host while still a regular. True or false?
True.
That's correct.
I was hoping you were going to be like...
Just made that up. That would have been the weirdest thing ever.
That's false. None of that is true.
Well, that's the point of true or false. It's so crazy. It's true. And this is true or false for Matt. An XFL game on February 10th, 2001 caused the Jennifer Lopez hosted episode to be delayed by 45 minutes.
That's true.
Bonus true or false. The first time SNL was ever canceled was due to Game 6 of the Mets-Red Sox World Series going into extra innings.
Why you got to bring up that game?
Because I knew you'd make that noise.
First, I'm going to say true.
That is correct.
Oh, thank God. What do we have point-wise here?
I don't have a chance again.
Matt's at 80, Alex is at 35.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I thought he did better than that.
It's a heck of a thing.
Yeah.
Alex, which pro wrestler, and this is multiple choice, has never appeared on a Saturday Night Live broadcast? Is it A, Stone Cold Steve Austin, B, Mick Foley, or C, John Cena?
Steve Austin.
That is correct. Bonus, when Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, then known as The Rock, hosted SNL on March 18th, 2000, who was the current WWF champion?
Triple H.
That's correct.
Not
Matt.
really an SNL question, but
There you go. It's SNL. It's SNL related.
no, he showed up on the show, didn't he, with Vince? Wasn't
Who?
Vince there for the first time Rock hosted?
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, on the cold open, it was on the cold. Okay, this is what's crazy. On the cold open, it was basically everybody from the main event of WrestleMania 2000. It was Rock, Triple H, Mankind, and Big Show. We're all there with Vince McMahon. I think Lorne was all talking to them. And the funny thing is, everybody got all their catchphrases. That's how popular it was back in the day. Matt, question 10, multiple choice. Who took the longest time attaining membership in the Five Timers Club? Is it A, Paul Simon, B, Candice Bergen, or C, Drew Barrymore?
Ooh.
I'm going to say A, Paul Simon.
Alex for the steal?
I'm going to say, and it's
Oh.
because she hosted when she was
Dang
like
it.
6 years old, I'll go Drew Barrymore.
That is correct. Drew
Yeah.
hosted on first time November 20th, 1982, and the most recent time, or the time to the Five Timers Club, February 3rd, 2007. A time of 24 years, 75 days.
Wow.
Alex, bonus, who took the shortest amount of time attaining membership in the Five Timers Club? Shortest time attaining membership.
Okay, I'll say John Goodman.
Oh, good.
Matt for the steal?
See, it's funny. I would have said John Goodman, too. I'm going to say
There was a couple options.
Steve Martin.
That's correct.
Yes.
Okay. The questions have been asked. The folks,
That's true. The questions have been asked.
the points have been tallied. Matt, congratulations. You win. I had a
you.
tiebreaker that we don't have to use.
Why do we even do quizzes? This is stupid.
Alex, I'm telling you, you can write the BPL quiz.
And lord over us and we know nothing.
Yeah,
Well, then
exactly.
it's just going to be a 0-0 tie.
Exactly. Well, what's more suitable for a BPL quiz than a 0-0 draw?
Amazing. Amazing. I'm clapping at that.
I can hear you.
It is an audio. It's an audio medium.
Yep.
So there you go. Saturday Night Live, the quiz. Oh, nice. It gets like a slow clap exit.
Yeah, I like to fade out.
I like
It seems-
that. Nice. Well, you know,
What was the tiebreaker? I'm just curious.
the tiebreaker was.
Yeah, I want to hear this.
Did I just close it? Dang it. One sec. I got to open it again. Maybe close it. No, it was on the September 29th, 2001 broadcast. The first broadcast after the terrorist attacks in New York City on September 11th, 2001. Then Mayor Rudolph Giuliani was part of the cold open, along with members of the fire department and New York Police Department. When Lorne asked the mayor, "Can we be funny?" what was Rudolph Giuliani's response?
Why start now?
There you go. So Alex wins the tiebreaker.
Yeah.
So
I would have
Alex
also said
technically
that.
win.
I would have also.
So congratulations.
I'm revoking my claps. You can't hear them, but they're going
Yeah.
back.
Alex. There you go.
Oh, there we go.
We heard
That-
that. Yeah.
Back into the hands from whence they came.
From George whence they came.
Oh, nice. Next week we'll be doing our Cheers quiz. So the winner better bet that winner will be Ted dancing around because it won't be part of the norm. Frasier.
John Ratzenberg.
John
That's
Star.
me?
Yeah.
Burger. Wasn't it Ratzenberger?
Ratzenberger, yeah. Star of The Empire Strikes Back. Next week, what's the topic, guys? What's the topic next week? Put you on the spot.
Well, we're going to have a Godzilla review.
That's correct. I'm going to be watching Godzilla in about an hour and 15 minutes. Should put some pants on. Or maybe not. It's a dark theater.
What time does the show start? It's like 11 a.m.?
Yeah, it's an 11:15 show.
Wow.
Blame Ian for that.
Shows you would start before noon.
I went to a 3:50 show yesterday for Godzilla, Saturday for Godzilla, and there was barely anybody there. So
really?
Matinees are where it's at, apparently. It was a 2D showing, though. Are you going 2D or 3D, Will?
I think I'm doing 2D. I'm not quite sure.
It's not filmed in 3D. And actually, I read an interview with the cinematographer this week, and he said, "I hate 3D." And so if you want to watch it in 3D, just know that it was shot by a guy who hates it and wouldn't want his film to be seen that way.
Yeah, there are a bunch of
3D's the worst.
Post-production houses to change it from 2D to 3D. The inside scoop is that they didn't have a lot of time to edit it, to change it. Basically, they were taking 2 points and stretching it from here to here. There's your 3D right there.
Yeah, boo.
I just really hope, and don't tell me, Matt, if they have it, but I really, really hope they put Kashmir in this film properly. Not the Puff Daddy come with me version, but Kashmir. Robert Plant shows up.
They would not include that.
I think someone is wearing a Kashmir shirt, and that's about as close as
and then Godzilla sneezes on it and this was Kashmir. Turns to the camera get it?
There was definitely
you ruined Kashmir.
Godzilla does break the fourth wall in this one. I will spoil that much.
The one thing I will say, and I'm not going to be specific at all, but there was definitely a moment in the movie where something I did not expect to see and it happened, and I was very excited.
There you go. Go see Godzilla. Something you didn't expect to see might happen.
Yeah. You're gonna text me after the movie. You're gonna tell me what it was, and I'm gonna know exactly what it was. You're gonna know.
So we'll go in depth into Godzilla next time on the Triple Threat podcast, where we're trying to make this thing happen weekly. Hey. And so far, we're doing a good job. 5 shows in. Guys, any memories from the first show? I mean, oh man, that was such a long time ago. It was fun though.
It was good. I think there was a quiz, and I lost that one too.
We were so young.
Yeah,
we were so young. What was the quiz that time? Was that the
WrestleMania? I think
that was the WrestleMania quiz. Yeah, you're right.
The podcast where everyone was like, "Yeah, I don't watch wrestling," so I kind of listened to it, but
yeah, that's what Mom said.
That's what Mom said. Yeah.
You can follow me on Twitter at William C. Vaughn, Vaughan. Matt, where are you at?
MP Vaffin on Twitter, MPVAUGHAN.
This is a message for MP Vaffin, when the library would call us. Alex,
Charles H. Vaffin.
Charles H. Vaffin. Shout out to Dad. Alex, you're on Twitter.
I'm on the Twitter
at
Evaughanix, EVAUGHANICS.
If you have any suggestions, recommendations, or rants, raves, reviews, comments, complaints, criticisms, commentaries, which is the same as comments, hit up any of us on Twitter. We're all 33% of the pie. We're all equal shareholders in this. So not one of us runs the show.
Oh, yeah. I want to encourage people also to review us on iTunes, because the more people review us on iTunes, the more prominent we'll be displayed.
Give us your stars.
I will go as far to predict that there will be at least one extra iTunes rating / review after the show.
From you?
Well, I guarantee you there will be more than there is now.
There you go.
If you give us a 5-star review, we might just read it on here.
Well, I'm not going to
That's a promise. You can also, we have a Gmail address. Was it triplethreatpod?
At gmail.com. That's correct.
At gmail.com. So you can email us that too. Thanks, everybody, for listening this week. We'll try to do better next time. That's not a copyrighted phrase, is it? Good. For the Triple Threat podcast on the West Coast, I'm Will Vaughn. And that was supposed to go to whoever wanted to take that alley-oop.
Oh, none of us are on the West Coast, so that's where your sentence
I know.
Yeah,
and from the West Coast, I'm Will Vaughn.
From the middle of nowhere, I'm Matt Vaughn.
And from the central area of Nova Scotia, I'm Alex Vaughn.
We're saying thanks a lot for listening, folks. We'll catch you down the road.